Welcome to the D, baby.
313 Detroit's love, the Motor City. Detroit's love, can't nothing stop me. Detroit's love, I love my city. Detroit's love.
On to the episode of Middle Ground with JLE L.L.C. We treat you like that's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, the JLE Experience. We got another great guest for you today. We have, oh my goodness, I'm messing up. I got it. We have Palestinian, Humanitarian, Catmom, Muslim, Marathoner, I might be saying it wrong, forgive me, and agent for New York Life Insurance. Welcome, Omama Y Marzuq. Say it right?
Umama. Yeah, Umama. You're close though. Yeah, you're good.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you for doing it. Those basic questions about your journey to who you are, what you're doing. First question, what led you on this path?
The path of the financial world, or which path?
Well, that's going to be the last, I guess, to that point.
Okay.
That's the last question I asked you about.
So I guess depending on what path, but I'll say like the path of, empowering women, empower minorities. A, I'm a female. B, I'm a minority. I wasn't born in this country, so I'm an immigrant, and I'm a U.S. citizen, but I wasn't born in this country. And just making sure that those that are underrepresented and those whose voices may or may not be heard are constantly being heard. So everything that I do, I try to make sure that it's going back to that, to make sure that people are, their voices are being heard. I guess that's the simple answer.
Okay. So why did you leave Palestine?
I've never been to Palestine, unfortunately. Not yet. But I was born in Kuwait, and we Palestinians got kicked out of Kuwait during the Gulf War. So I was 3 years old. And we came to the United States. My dad purchased a house here in the 1980s. So we were already blessed to have a house like here. And then there was 25 of us living in our house. Yep. And so I've never been to Palestine, but we got kicked out of Kuwait due to the fact that we were Palestinian. And at the time, the Palestinian leader, Yasser Arafat, was on the politician side of Saddam Hussein, who was invading Kuwait. And yeah,
I do remember reading about that back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. So what got you into being a humanitarian?
Oh, if you can't serve people, and this is just my opinion, but if you can't serve people, like, what are you really living for? And so if you look at like all the prophets and all the like people who have come before us, of just like not to get on the religious aspect of anything, but people who have come to like spread the word of God, for example, what are they doing? They're serving people. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like when we all go stand in front of God, right? God doesn't care about the color of your skin, doesn't care about what you did for work, doesn't care about like how much money you got in the bank. He don't care about any of that. He cares about how did you treat people. And so I think I just have like perfect examples of, my parents and just different things. They've always had that openness. You treat people how you want to be treated. You love your person how you want to be loved. And it's like you check on people. So that humanitarian thing, I feel like it's like in me, and my ultimate life mission is to become a multi-billionaire, not because I care about money, but because I want to volunteer and I want to give back. And so when you're volunteering, right, they need that time and for that dedication, but you also need to have that financial backing to say, like, let me be able to help out. And now let me also dedicate my time for that as well too. So I don't know if that was a long-winded answer, but yeah,
this show's about you. You're good.
I want to make sure that it's just giving back, and I don't I don't know. I feel like humans sometimes, like, there's people that care more about their pets than other people, and it's like,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, and I mean, I care a lot about my cats too, and we'll talk about the cat mom thing in a little bit. Like, I care a lot about my cats as well too, and I care and I love animals. But at the end of the day, though, and honestly, there's some animals that are way better than humans. But at the end of the day, right? It's like, how do you treat your fellow human? How do you look someone in the eye and say like, "Hey, Jeff, like, how are you today? Like, what's going on in your world? Can I help you?" Right? Or maybe you might look at me and be like, "Hey, mama, like, how are you today? Can I help you?" If we're out in the desert, for example, and there's only like this thing of water left, are we sharing it amongst each other? Right? How do we? It's just, I don't know. It's just,
No, I feel you.
yeah, I
That's
feel like
no.
everyone should give back, and if you have
Mm-hmm.
the means to give back, give back. And from what I've seen, from like my biggest passion in life is helping out like the homeless, because I strongly believe that no one in the world should be homeless, right? But it's like
Mm-hmm.
you go talk to those people, and they give back more than the people who have the money. They'll literally like, I mean, I prior to COVID, I was going around the city of Boston, and I would give out like care packages, and I'd sit down and have conversations with these people, and they would like, the food is for them, the care package is for them, the food, like everything is for them, but they'd be like, "Do you want some? Do you want to share it?" Like, here's somebody that's on the street and asking like if I so yeah, like it's just it's that giving back nature. It's making sure that people are giving back. And when you connect human on a human level, then I don't know. It's I don't know. To me, it's a bliss. Yeah.
I'm with you. That's why I want to be a billionaire, so I can open up a lot of centers where they can use for address, job training, somewhere to stay, all those type of things. Put it everywhere to help people.
I love that.
Just you need money to help people,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, it looks like then we can be doing some partners up things in the future, because
I'm
I
with
want
it.
I want to be able to buy these like a bunch of buildings and have homeless people there, but teach them about financing, about gardening, about treating people with humanity and stuff. But I want it in segments of like whether you need that housing for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months, 48 months, right?
Mhm.
To get you clean, proper, educated, all those different things, and to say, all right, let's help you get that. And then once you're done with that, well, now let's use that money if you needed to get either rent or to purchase a home. So I look forward to doing work with you in the future, Jeff.
Hey, man, Avengers Assemble. I'm with it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, not too many people had that thought process. Like, wow, I didn't expect her to say that. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool moment right there.
Mm,
So you're a cat mom.
yeah.
And yeah, like, man,
Not,
how many cats
listen,
you got? Because
I'm not
you
a
actually
crazy
put it
cat.
on LinkedIn. Like,
I'm not a crazy cat lady. So
well, I got two
I have
cats.
3 cats, and
Okay, I got two.
yep. So it's just like I don't have kids yet. And so I needed to have like, they're my pride and joy. So I got to share with people that like that's, yeah, I'm a cat mom.
Well, I got a bit of separation. They
Well,
be stalking me. Like, man, why you stalk her all the time? This is weird. Everywhere I go, it's like they Secret Service. Like he's going to the living room.
cats are amazing. Cats are really, really awesome. So yeah. I like dogs too though. Dogs are great.
They're awesome, but I ain't trying to pick up no poop. I'm sorry,
Yeah. Yeah. So cats are great.
much work. Mm-mm. I doubt I get any more animals anytime soon because cat food and cat litter costs. And I think
Yep.
my cats need a job because they jumping on the counters. Like you need to go earn a keep around here, man.
I know. Listen, I was thinking the same exact thing with my cats. I'm like, how do I train you guys to be like efficient? can you guys do something? I mean, so I'm pretty short, right? I know we're seeing each other through the screen, but I'm pretty short. I'm almost 5 feet, so I'm 4'11" and a half.
Okay.
When one of my cats stands up, he is like up to my waist. He's
Oh, damn.
he's a big boy. And
Okay.
so I'm just kind of like, I'm like, okay, so how do you be useful? Like, can you do something around the house? But they just show love.
One cat picture, she's so disrespectful. She lay in the middle of the doorway of the kitchen, like, okay, just walk around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
You paying no bills to do all that. I don't be lounge out like that comfortable.
I know.
A little offended.
Yeah,
I
they got.
and you see, I'm a tyrant. Sometimes I move out the way. Like, nope, I'm too comfortable right now. I ain't that comfortable. And I pay the bills. I don't like
Yeah, yeah. Cats have definitely a mind of their own, but that's all right. That's quite all right.
it. Yeah. So, how has your faith guided your journey?
Ooh, um, so I'm Muslim, and I feel like everyone should be on their own like spiritual journey. Because there's a lot of different faiths by name, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a like religious person. I would say I'm definitely spiritual though, and I would say the journey actually came when oh Lord, um. So let me actually give a background story before I answer this question.
Take your time.
Um, So growing up, we grew up in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and
Okay.
most of the people in Plymouth, Mass, are Protestant, right? And so
Okay.
we're Catholic. We were the only like Muslims, only real brown people around.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, right? We were the only people. Then in high school, we moved back to Kuwait. My dad got a job offer there, and so we moved to Kuwait, and so back to Kuwait. And now I'm around all these like different like Muslims, but also Hindus and Buddhists and Christians and
Mm-hmm.
Jews and all like literally the whole world in front of you. Fun fact: Kuwait is smaller than Rhode Island, but it's way more diverse.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was the first time in my life that I ever actually saw the whole world in front of me. And like so in high school, right, my parents would be like, hey, like go pray and whatever it is, and it was just so like agonizing. Like I was like, I don't want to pray. Like you know when you want to rebel against everything your parents tell you to do. Your
Oh,
parents
man.
tell you to jump, you're gonna be like, nope, not jumping today. So my parents would be like, go pray, go pray, go pray all the time, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like go do something better with your life, right? Because it was just, you're a kid, you're chasing whatever that outside world is. And
Mm-hmm.
so then whatever, graduated high school, got into college, met this boy. There he was heavy in like the Christian faith and whatever it is. We ended up breaking up because he's like, at the end of the day, you're Muslim, I'm Christian, it's just not going to work out. I was like, all right, whatever. But due to that breakup, actually made me be like, hey, let me go on to my like spiritual journey. And um, every single time, like whenever so I actually, so on the spiritual journey, I went and like read about all these different religions and faiths and went to
Mm-hmm.
different churches and temples and all these different things because I was
A
all
lot of
like,
research.
I need to find me. Who am I? What am I diving in?
I
Right.
hear that. Mm-hmm.
And nothing was resonating with me except like, but when I heard the Quran, I'd be like, okay. Right. And I'm like, God, I'm kind of listening. I don't want you to know I'm listening, right? Because then that means I was listening to my parents, but I'm like, I'm kind of listening. Okay.
Yeah, they don't know nothing.
So then it's like, it would be like there would be these challenges or these great things, right? And it's all like, okay, after you think your parents, yourself, and all these different things, it's like, wait a second, like all these people, all these different things, but who's our maker, right? And it's like, thanks God. And then it's like, I feel like God is all like, all right, kid, I got you, right? And then he'll do something good. And then I'm
Okay.
like, okay, like, thanks, God, right? And so it's like, all right, I still got you, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
and then now he's testing your faith and he's all like, all right, let's see like where you at. And then disaster happens or something bad happens, and you're like, God, really? Like, I thought I was on your good side. Like, what's up, right? And then, but it's showing where's your faith? Like, how strong are you to be like, hey, at the end of the day, this world means nothing. At the end of the day, right, when we go meet our maker, it's like, what did you do to serve him? Because that's really why, and again, not to get on like a religious aspect of things of
I
conversation.
know we talk about God on this show. You good?
Okay. But the reason why like we were created as humans was to serve God, right?
Yeah.
And so if like we're doing all these different things of working or whatever, all this extra stuff, right? But at the end of the day, if we're not like appreciating God and serving God, he might test us out, right? And be like, let me sprinkle some like goodness in your life, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, my life is good. My life is so good, right? And then he might also sprinkle some disasters in your life, and you're gonna be like, oh, why? But the real reason is so you can go back and say, like, all right, like, what am I doing? So I'm not religious, right? So Islam like surrender to God, right? That's what it really is. And it's just making sure that is there room for improvement? 100%, right? 100% to make sure that I'm still grounded, because at the end of the day, I am nothing without our maker. And so I know that was a long-winded answer. Sorry.
Oh, you
But it's
good?
like, yeah,
So
but it's
much-
making sure that like my faith is good and checking on that. And it's like, so most of the people that I hang out with, they believe in like the faith. They believe in God in some way, shape, or form, right?
Mhm.
Um, I don't really. Do I know plenty of atheists? Absolutely. Do I know plenty of what's the other one? Not atheist. Starts with an A. I forgot the word. That's fine. Whatever, yeah, whatever people believe in, that's fine. I still like human to human level, right? But it's a matter of there's something so beautiful. Doesn't matter what the faith is, right? But there's
Mhm.
something so beautiful when someone's like, I'm gonna pray for you. And you're like, thanks. Or let's
Yeah.
pray together. And you're like, thanks, right? So yeah, there's I love that aspect of it. So I always feel like can my soul always be filled? 100%. Like I need all that goodness. Right? But I also want to make sure that I'm giving out that goodness as well too.
Yeah, because for me, you always everybody to me, you might come across your Job test, and when you get one, it sucks. You ride your bike and bam, flip up like Charlie Brown. Like, man, this is a bull job. But as long as you don't never keep your eyes off of God, he can wax on, wax off with all that. And sometimes
Yeah.
we as people, we get lost in that because
We're
I've
human.
done it before. A lot of journeys I've been on. Like, okay, like take my graduating journey.
Mm.
High school, graduated '96. Okay, can't wait. We're gonna do a extended school year. They did it in '95, but it was optional. You graduate July. July? What's the? I gotta go to school till July. This some bull. Okay. All right, whatever. I don't want to go to new school, start over. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to college at Wayne State. All right. Get time to graduate. I'm showing love to everybody. 2020, my time. We're gonna pop. We're gonna pop the Dom Perignon, baby. We're gonna get it in. Global pandemic. Are you kidding me? I just can't get it easy. Now we did just graduate, which was cool that they let us walk because we didn't do it. But I'm like, wow. I just my graduation would never be just walk down the street. You're there. Nope. Extended school year. Global pandemic.
Yeah.
Man, that's just your journey.
And it's
And crap, I gotta keep going.
yeah, you got to keep going, because it's like God saying like, I ain't done with you yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you
And with
handle it?
this one, I mean, it had stuff happen with recently with a family member was murdered, nephew
sorry.
that I helped raise, and I took a break. Like, man, I was on the road with my show, this and that. Like, I want to do all this stuff still. Like, well, no, because your nephew probably tell you You gotta get to your destination, man.
Mhm.
Don't stop the grind. So earlier today, I was at the studio working on my second album, and I was actually making the CDs. Now I'm like, okay, never did. I ain't do it for the first time, so I'm a big boy now. We
Yeah.
did everything, come up with the album cover. I'm like, all right, we getting it. Let's start printing them out. And for whatever reason, it would not print right. I'm like, see, here we go. It's that
That's
Joe
okay.
boy.
That's okay.
I told my producer, like, I got these podcasts, dude, I'm a dip, but I guarantee you're gonna call me later and it's gonna be working right. Sure enough, he sent me a video hour
I'll give
later.
you all the good energy,
I
man.
figured it
All
out,
the
Jeff.
good
I'm like,
energy.
see, that's that bullshit. The devil always trying to do a little something. But you keep it in stride, you keep it going.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, my life is definitely not like all happy and glammy and whatever it is. But every single time someone asks me like, "How you doing?" I always say I'm blessed. Or in Arabic, I'll sometimes say like Alhamdulillah, which means thank God,
Okay.
right? But the reason why I always say I'm blessed is because I am. I'm alive. I woke up today, right? I
That's
got
true.
thankfully I have all five senses. I didn't die when I got COVID. You know, I didn't
Yeah,
have
had
any
that
health
recently
issues.
too.
Yeah, I didn't have any health. Actually, I think when we were first originally supposed to talk, I had COVID and I had to reschedule on you.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's like all these different things. So I'm always like, people like ask me all the time, like, "Man, you're so positive." I'm like, sometimes, right? But sometimes you gotta like just tell yourself, okay, like I'm blessed. Well, what
Yeah.
does that mean? Right? Let's break that down into, okay, are you alive today? What are you grateful for? You know, we have the opportunity to be talking to each other. You're in what, Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, Massachusetts, like, you know, and it's like we were able to connect via LinkedIn, and it's like all these different things that sometimes we miss what's out there. And it's all like, again, just so I just count my blessings, and it's just kind of like, yeah, making sure that I'm good to keep on track.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while, I'm gonna get it out the mud and give it to God, keep moving. If
Yeah.
stuff happens, I got separated last year. I didn't expect to be doing this. Appreciate a lot of people checking on me, but I wrote a song about it. Because I'm a musician, so deal with life, put it in
Yeah.
music. I'm good. A lot of people looked at me weird, like, how you good? Like, I put all of my emotion in that song, bro. I'm good.
Mm.
God got me on this path to help people find their purpose, so that's the mission.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
And hey,
tagline
new
I have,
beginnings.
where I treat you like family, that's the goal, to make sure anybody that comes on the show to share their story to help somebody, I achieve that mission where they feel like family, feel comfortable. So I ain't got time for negative energy. I ain't got time for none of that bull job. I got to keep going forward, keep cranking the books out, the music,
Yep.
whatever else God want me to do.
Yep. I love it. I
It
love
sucks at times, not gonna lie. Being a good little soldier does suck. So it ain't all rainbows.
It's not all rainbows.
But like Catmom, you got to stay on task, keep moving.
But how do we get the rainbows?
To God.
Right. But I mean, like, yes, 100%. Right. But I mean, like, you need the clouds. You need those rainy days.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Because if we didn't have rainy days, if we didn't have the days that make us sad or question things or whatever it is, and then everything was just like, hey, it's great. Like everyone's good and happy and whatever it is. How do we really appreciate all the blessings that we have?
That's a good point.
How do we be able to give back to humanity? How do we able to do different things if everything's like all good all the time?
Yeah, that's profound.
So I appreciate like I joke one of my friends, we were having this conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that I there's several times a month that I'm just kind of like I need to cry. And
Gotcha.
she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's in my soul. Like, I just need to cry. And I will literally go on YouTube and I will watch all these sad, like, videos of whether it's like just anything that just makes you sad, right?
Mhm.
And she was like, she's like, but why do you do that? And I was like, because it allows me to go back and write inside my journal. And then it allows me to be like, thanks God for my blessings. Thank you for like doing this. Let me be able to like share what's on my heart. Let me be able to do all these different things. If I'm happy all the time, I will. I'm not saying that I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be grateful for things,
Mhm.
but it makes it really hard to appreciate the small things in life when everything is going really well.
I got you.
So I do appreciate the times when you're like, oh, all right, well, that kind of sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, through that, and it happened for a reason because something beautiful came from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it might not seem like that at the time.
Yeah.
So you were a marathoner. How did that happen?
Ooh. So, I have ran 2.5 marathons. I've ran a bunch of half marathons. I used to be heavy into the Spartan races. Um,
The
and
who?
Spartan race, so it's like the obstacle course race running,
Okay.
mud runs and stuff. They have them in Michigan,
Wow.
but check them out. So I got into it because one time my younger brother came home and he did this race, the Spartan race with his friends. And it was like stormy and muddy and whatever it is. And he came back and he had this really cool medal. And my brother and I were 11 months apart. So we're Irish twins, kind of, I guess, but we're not Irish. Um,
Mhm.
so I saw him and I was like, dude, that is so cool. Like, I want that. And there's that competition between your sibling, right? And so I was all like, oh snap, if he could do it, I can do it too. So I started doing these different races. And then a friend of mine, this was back in 2013, um, she hit me up and she was all like, how does the Great Wall of China sound? I was like, "Oh, I'd love to go to China." I was like, "It sounds beautiful." She's like, "What about running it?" And I was like,
Wow.
"Okay." I was like, I mean, I have been running for a few years. I've been training and stuff. So I started training. First marathon was in on the Great Wall of China.
Wow.
That was the most amazing experience that I've ever done because at first I was running and I've been training, like, I really, really,
Mhm.
really trained and whatnot, and then I kinda started slowing down because you get to run and then you get to go through the village and whatnot, and then, like,
Okay.
so you start off on the wall and then you end on the wall, but most of the time you're running through the village.
Oh wow.
You're not running the whole time on the wall. And so you see these little kids and, like, they
Mhm.
actually told us, like, "Hey, make sure you bring candy to pass out to the kids." And in my mind, I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to run. I'm trying to make a good time, and I gotta make sure that I'm limiting how much stuff I'm carrying because of, like, you know,
Mhm.
we're running." And so I didn't bring any candy for the kids, but then when I saw them, I was like, "I wish I brought stuff," right? So ran it and I forgot what I did in timing. It was not good timing. It was like 7 hours and change. It wasn't good timing. The reason why it wasn't good timing, if didn't stop to start appreciating all the different things in China, I don't think I would have. If I just ran and didn't see it, like I don't think it would have changed. I don't think it would have.
You would have missed out.
Yeah, I definitely would have missed out. But on the wall, so I made sure I brought goo and magnesium supplements and stuff. And on the wall, it was the first time ever seeing someone, I think they were like low on potassium. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor and stuff, but their legs were shaking like this, right?
Mm.
And you had to go to a certain check
Point.
mark, right?
Mhm.
Before you get cut off, right? And so now, mind you, the strip is very narrow, right? And
Mhm.
everyone's watching. No one had goo, the water. So half the water, like my water ran out halfway through the marathon. It was super, super, super hot. I'm actually very thankful and grateful I didn't pass out, but the water was dirty, and so I didn't want to drink any water when they were filling it up because I was just kind
Mhm.
of like, I'm not trying to get sick in a foreign country. Um,
Mhm.
but I had my goo, I had my different supplements, so I gave him supplements, and I'm like massaging his legs and just waiting for the paramedics to come up. And people were like, "Go, go, go, miss your time." And I was like, done a lot of Spartan races. I got a lot of military friends. It's just taught you don't leave anyone behind. So I was like, let's just go. So I waited, and so that was fun. And then a few years later,
Mhm.
I ran the Marine Corps marathon,
Oh.
and that was amazing. So mile 22, my right ankle went, and
Ooh.
um,
Mm.
I took my shoe off like an idiot. Don't take your shoes off if your ankle is broken, or snaps. And so then the other ankle, my left ankle, like snapped as well too. Mile
Ooh.
22, right? So
Ooh.
anyone who ran a marathon, it's 26.2 miles. I was on pace. I really should have finished at like the 4 hours and 30 minutes because I've been training for it. It's good. And DC is pretty flat. Um, so I was on track until mile 22, and then I wobbled, if you want to call it that, with
Mhm.
a veteran and just walking around, and yeah, finished that. And then the half one, I didn't get to finish because I got lost.
Oh
Um,
no.
but yeah, so I will claim that because not a lot of people can run marathons, and I want to be able to go back to running as well too.
Well, what made you stop after a while? Just all the injuries or
Injuries,
other stuff?
laziness.
Oh. Yeah, you got to do a lot of training to do that.
Uh, no, I want to. I definitely want to go back to. I want to go back to
There's gonna
running.
be no popping chips and pizza going on. Like, no, leave that
Yeah,
alone. 20 carbs.
yeah. So no, it's fun though. It's fun.
Hey, I hats off to you. I never done it. Not sure if I will.
This is why I keep. This is why I keep my marathon status because I listen.
You
Not a
done
lot
it,
of
so you're a
people do it.
marathoner. You're right.
So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
I'm
keep it.
working out. That's about. I might want to look a little like The Rock, but that's about it. All that
Okay.
what you did,
All right.
you're a superhero.
Listen, you could definitely get there.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be a nut for at least a day. No
That's what's up.
sense. I'm gonna get a blonde wig, get baby oil, tank top, just walk down the streets like this. Like this is what it feel like.
Why the blonde wig though?
I don't know. They had a model back in the 80s called Fabio, had the real long hair. So I'm like, figure why not? Just to be a nut.
Listen, do you? As long as you're happy, who
I
cares?
know when people see me and they're gonna die laugh like Jeff is crazy. He
Hey,
actually
if
walk
it
around
makes
like
you
that.
happy, do you?
Hmm. Just for a day. So how did you get to being an agent?
So I've been in the financial space. Come August will be 10 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
I've been with various different companies. And then 2018, I left a company, and then I started my own thing. And
Okay.
then when COVID hit, because I didn't like how the financial industry was being pursued. Like, so I mostly cater to like women and minority groups.
Okay.
Like I'll talk to everybody, but underrepresented groups, right?
Gotcha.
And so making sure that people are right with their money and what they're trying to do. And when COVID hit, I was like, I don't know if this COVID thing is real or not. Like no one really knew, right? Back in March, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But it was just me. Like there wasn't a support system. There wasn't anything in place.
Hmm.
And so um, yeah, I was really looking for a company that had the same values as myself and made sure that
Okay.
they're catering to that, and a company that was diverse, and a company that was not just diverse in their clients, but diverse in their advisors, diverse in their
Okay.
products and what they offer. And I've been, when you talk about blessings, like I've been this is the I literally kick myself in the pants all the time. Like, why didn't I join them years ago? Um, And years ago, I mean, I got recruited and I was like, no, I was kind of turned off. But I have plenty of friends at New York Life, and it's just been like a godsend. It's been like the best blessing of like I've ever had. And I'm just kind of like, all right, God, I got you. I got you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been such a blessing to be able to help as many people I've been able to help. To um yeah, just take them through on their financial journey and what they're trying to accomplish. Getting my business is primarily referrals, but I do events. I do different things as well too. But just seeing people smile and get to their next level of goals and being like, I got that. And I'm like,
Okay.
that's what's up.
Now, when you was in school, did you want to be in this field?
Nope. So I actually dropped out of school. I am a senior. So I have not finished school yet. And the reason why I tell people that, because sometimes people are like, you should be embarrassed. You shouldn't tell people that you didn't finish school. Again, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I think I'm doing okay. Is there always room for improvement? Absolutely. But I actually was studying environmental science and
Okay.
environmental science. So again, environment is one of my biggest passions as well too, but environmental science and with um, also women's studies. And then I couldn't get along with chemistry. So chemistry and I just,
Mm.
it's hard. I give all those.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there.
It was hard. I could not pass. And so um, I switch majors, but I remember asking my counselor. I said, "Hey, what's the easiest degree to get that I can just graduate?" And they're like, "Oh, you should study psychology. You could do a lot of different things." So I was like, "I like the human mind." I was like, "Okay." So switched over to psychology and then minored in women's studies. And then I was like, "No, I'm double majoring." So then I did women's studies and psychology with a minor of communication and marketing, but I didn't finish, right? I know a little enough just to whatever regarding like the degree, but no, I wanted to be like Captain Planet. If I'm
That
aging,
was a great show.
yeah, but I wanted to,
That needs to be a movie.
yeah, I wanted to save the planet, and
Okay.
we only have one Earth to live on. And so I wanted to um do save the planet. Like I ultimately, like, this is like back when I was 16. I was like, oh, I want to become a mechanic because I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop out of school, but I want to become a mechanic. I like cars. I know nothing about cars. I know nothing about cars. I just like cars, but
Okay.
the details about cars, not my interest.
Mhm.
So I remember driving and I was all like, we have so much ocean in the world. How come we don't have cars that's run on salt water?
Good
And
point.
so I was just kind of like, oh, maybe I should like learn the environment to do it. Um, hey, if anyone out there that's listening that becomes this famous person that does that makes cars run on water, make sure you give me a shout out. But yeah, like
Okay.
I wanted to see how it goes, and so I still care about the environment, making sure that I do my part with the environment. But finance, I fell into it because I used to sell real estate information products,
Okay.
uh, and then a client of mine was like, "Umama, have you ever thought about becoming a financial planner?" I was like, "Bro, I know nothing about finances." He's like, "That's not true. You're actually telling us different concepts. You just need to get licensed in various different things." And I was like, "Oh, okay." You know? And then when I got into the industry, I was one of the very few people that I saw in thankfully there's more women, right? But
Mhm.
I didn't like so almost 10 years ago, I barely saw any women and I barely
Yeah.
saw minority groups. And I was like, all right, do minorities not want to talk about money? Do women not want to talk about money? Like what's going on? And so, yeah,
And back then, the stigma, you selling insurance like, oh, anything, no money in that field or nothing, but it's money now. Good
yeah,
living.
yeah. Um, Yeah, actually, a book that really, really, really made me decide to get into this. So when the client told me this, everything was like coming into together. There's this amazing book called "How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success," and "How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling" by Frank Gittiber. And he used to be a life insurance agent back in the 1920s. He was a professional baseball player that dislocated his shoulder, and I was reading his book, and I always recommend his book because that's the book that like transformed everything. And I always recommend that because when I was reading it, I was like, I want this guy's life. Like, he's going to talk to all these different leaders in the country at the
Mhm.
time, like the railroad tracks and the YMCA's and the Rockefellers and all these different people, right? And I was like,
Mhm.
I want that guy's life. What an influence this guy is making.
That's
He's
true.
literally helping transform everything. All these businesses are flourishing because of his guidance. All these different like communities now are flourishing due to his guidance. And I was like, I want this guy's life. I want to be known in the community to be able to help as many people as possible to
Mhm.
transform their themselves, their families, their communities, their society, right? And so the more and more people that are talking about their finances, then it's like, all right, cool, we're doing something right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So read it. Whoever wants to become a financial advisor, highly recommend it.
And I dropped out for what, 7 years before I finished my degree
Nice.
and
So you
changed
went
it
back.
times. Yeah, because being a custodian is cool, but I need more money in my pocket.
Yeah. And that, I mean, hey, and
I
that's
need that piece of
you
paper.
got you got to find what you want to do and what you're passionate about. I don't think
Mhm.
anyone ever wakes up to be like, today I'm going to be a financial advisor unless their family's in the industry.
That's true.
But we are hiring too if you want to come through, whoever is listening.
That's awesome. Check them out, New York Life Insurance.
Mhm.
Last question I ask everybody: what advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
Mm. Um other than like reading the good books, listening to podcasts, surrounding yourself with positive people, all that stuff, right? But actually go spend time in nature and go look at God's work. Go look at how nature is bringing us all together, how the trees know where to grow, the animals, like everyone knows their place in the world kingdom, right? Um,
Mhm.
and when you're trying to find your purpose, it might fall into your lap. It might fall into like what you're trying to do. You might talk to somebody that ignites something, but go spend time in nature and have a conversation with God. And I think that will help you find what you're supposed to do because you will see how every single thing in nature, um, given without the intervention of humans, right? Of coming and us humans
True.
ruining everything, right? But
It's an harmony and balance.
yeah, but all these plants, all these animals, all these insects, all these fungi, all these different things, they're thriving. They know their cycle of life. They know their purpose. They know like the different things. And yeah, go spend time in nature.
It's pretty awesome advice.
Thanks.
I want to thank you for doing it. This your
No, I
first one doing?
what is it?
This your first time doing a podcast?
Oh, no, I've been
Okay.
on plenty of different podcasts and stuff. But yeah, it's they're fun. Podcasts are fun. You get to meet different kinds of people and have cool conversations and stuff. When COVID hit, I had a podcast called
Oh, okay.
Power Power and no, what was it called? Money and Power in Times of Chaos. Um However, the recording of the podcasts unfortunately got deleted.
Oh
But
no!
I interviewed a total of 177 people.
Wow!
And that was the most amazing conversations that I've ever had. Yeah. So hopefully I'll get back into it. But yeah, podcasts are super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd be a guest when you get back into it.
Yeah. No, it's great because you never know like what you're gonna do and stuff. And I appreciate you reaching out and being like, hey, come through, come talk. And I guess I kind of want to apologize because everyone's getting me like the last of the night. So if my energy's low, I apologize. But it's
I mean, you
good,
good.
good,
You're
good.
fine.
But it's like how do you help somebody else? And like I look forward to, hearing more about your podcast, your success, and all the different things that you're gonna be doing and putting you out there in the music scene. And I got a few people that I gotta introduce you to that are into
Okay.
music. So getting that out into the music scene and yeah, just make some moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna post about my album cover after I put this out here.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm like, that looks so sweet. Like, wow, you got an album cover.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So,
What's your stage name?
um, Jeffrey O. Lewis or JLE.
All right. I like it. I like it.
It's been so many different names over the years.
Hey, that's okay. That's good. It's good. It allows the different things, and who knows, maybe at your next show you'll be like this is the name that I'm destined to have, or the name I'm not destined to have.
Yeah, because the person I looked up to back when I was younger was Babyface. Because I'm like,
What's your favorite song?
that he made or he wrote for?
I guess both.
Hmm. I guess, favorite song that he did would probably be, I would say, what's the name of that song? Simple Times,
Mm.
Simple Days. We talked about how it used to be before stuff changed. Song he wrote, I would probably say End of the Road.
Ooh. Yeah.
The biggest
And
thing I like that I learned from him, the verses would lead you to the point, which was the
that,
chorus. So that had to say everything you're really trying to say.
yeah.
And then I
Now
love Pac.
now I'm
I
singing that song in my head like
like
no, it's good though. And yeah, music is amazing and your music definitely fuels your energy and what you're trying to
yeah.
do. So
And Pac was one of my biggest people I like. So we
hey.
talked about a lot of real stuff. So when I got back into music, I never thought about rapping. I just do it with my friends because they like to cap on you, didn't rap. Like, okay, I gotta be able to keep up because I'm a nerd, but you ain't gonna be sassing me like that.
Yep, yep, yep.
So he like, you need to combine both. And I remember telling a friend when I was younger, like, people gonna rap and sing. Like, no, they won't. Like, New Edition do it. Like, they gonna do it. And it's weird that I'm doing it. Like, wow.
Missy Elliott did it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
It still does it. Yeah, like there's all these different things, and it's like how do you grow your strengths and stuff. So
Oh yeah. And people who listen to my music like, it's weird hearing you rap, Jeff. Your voice is so grown up. Like, but I got a kid voice. I'm a man, you know. I ain't trying
you're
to
like,
just hear me
"Ah,
roar, but you know what you mean. Like I'm just saying, like, okay. Now I'm like, Jeff, calm down. They don't know you the musician, so they hear you talk about, but they hear your work that you created. Like, oh, this you. Like, yeah,
mm,
I ain't sampling. I would like to with some stuff, but no, we make it original. I did go to music school for a minute. I learned a little bit,
mm."
you know. But
No,
this
it's good
album
though.
gonna be awesome.
That's
Real
what's
serious.
up. That's what's up. Definitely let me know when it's out. And that's amazing. That's definitely amazing that out there making music, making like, and you're fueling your passion. You're feeling what you're into.
Yeah. I didn't think about writing books, but I published my second book. That's still weird.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's still weird. Some author.
Why?
Not gonna lie. That's weird.
Jeff, that's phenomenal. That's
Yeah, people keep telling me that. They do.
It is, because not a lot of people write books. So I've been wanting to write this book. There's a few books in the mix.
Okay.
But so there will be a book hopefully soon coming out. But I wanted, one of the criterias for the publishing companies is I wanted it to be like a woman-owned and a Black-owned publisher.
Okay.
There's not a lot in the United States.
Yeah.
So Bridget, I will be doing some work with her.
Okay. I gotta get you back on when you ready to publish.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
But it's just that. So that's definitely something to talk about, because that's amazing. Huge congratulations that you're an author.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me the names of your books, and that way I can order them.
Absolutely. I'm marking that again today too. I sent all that. I sent you actually, because the second in the series. So I sent you the link to the Amazon page for it.
That's what's up. No, that's amazing.
And God got me being very transparent, which I ain't like, but gotta be obedient.
No, it's good. It's definitely good. But no, I appreciate this. I appreciate you having me on, and us chopping it up, and you reaching out to me, and just this was great. Thank you.
Yeah. So we want to thank the agent for New York Life Insurance, Catmom, Humanitarian, Marathoner, Muslim, all around awesome person.
Oh, thank you.
Omama, wife Marzuq, for sharing her story.
Thanks.
Giving advice to someone to find a purpose.
Thanks. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with people and get to
do that.
Stories.
Do that too.
Yeah.
I'm about to break this, send you a copy of it, follow you on LinkedIn or send your requests. Same name like on LinkedIn?
Yep.
Okay. You on Instagram too?
I try not to use Instagram. Well, so hold on. I try not to use Instagram because, first of all, Instagram isn't compliance approved. So I try as much as possible not to use Instagram. But then second of all, to me, it's time consuming. So I just try not to. I go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I at least can know what people's profession, their jobs are, what they're trying to do, talk to them. On Instagram, everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses. I don't care who the Jones are. Like, I'm just trying to do me. So I try not to go on Instagram. So
I'm all about promoting middle ground JLE.
So add me on LinkedIn. Instagram, I have one that I'm getting rid of soonish, like hopefully very soon. Very soon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, this was awesome. I appreciate it. It's been back-to-back meetings today, so it's been good. And then go home. I got an hour and a half drive home, and praise God for the next day.
some nourishment.
Yeah.
Watch something to relax yourself or read.
Yeah.
Have an awesome night.
No, I appreciate it. You're the best.
I appreciate you.
And seize the day, and let me know when your next podcast is out, and that way I can listen to it.
Okay. I might. I'm. If I don't have a guest, I still might do one this Friday because holiday. That was when I started doing on Friday. So I'm talking about something.
And if there's anyone you want me to introduce you to, let me know. I'll be more than happy to make an introduction.
Bring it my way. Whoever got our story about their career.
Okay.
Let me put them on.
I got peeps.
Bring them on.
Awesome. Right. Well, thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.